gamers, we got another analysis, another tournament match. This time, it was the loser bracket, the losers, which is me and LoueMT. This is LoueMT. He changed his name to, I don't know what it says. You might say like, I'm not gonna speculate. So this was the loser match in the losers bracket because we're both losers, but one of us is gonna be a loser that goes out of the tournament, and one of us is gonna be a loser that advances through the loser bracket. And here it is. So this was a best of 5, as it looks right now for you guys on YouTube. The winner bracket finals is Marine Lord versus Annotant, best of 7. And a loser bracket is Poppy Paw versus Vortex, which Vortex has won 3-0. And Vortex has eliminated Poppy Paw from the tournament. And the second match in the loser bracket is Cutie Patootie versus Louie, and the winner will be playing Vortex. This was the first game. This was HRE versus Chinese. Now, there's a bit of a weird thing that happened here. I don't know why. I didn't ask Louie because I don't want to like be like, yo, you lost. Why did you do this kind of thing? I do a little spear rush here, but what happened was HRE and Jushi are like with China and like I don't know, Rus and Biz are like the most vetoed civs in this tournament, specifically HRE and Jushi Legacy. And for some reason, Louie didn't veto either of those. Like he just let me pick both of them, which I was very confused. And all the previous matches he has vetoed like normal civs. Like normal civs as in like those, he's vetoed those civs, but for some reason he let me have them. I don't know if he thought that I'm not playing them or I'm not practicing them or something. I genuinely don't know. But I had access to both of them. So that was pretty nice from him. So yeah, I started with a little spearman rush to deny his pro scouting for a little bit. I'm trying to go to his other goal to make sure he's not like yoinking the goal there or something like that. Behind it, I aged up with a little Chappelle right here. And yeah. Why not build a tower? Well, it wouldn't really do much. Like, he can just make an archer range and then go here. It doesn't really accomplish anything. So, from here on out, we both go professional scouts. Because that is the meta with both of these civs. Boom, there it is. Archer range coming out. So he wants to push me away from this gold. Get some archers, and behind this I'm also getting pro scouts. I'm getting the what's it called? I'm getting the upgrade. I'm getting stables. I already got barracks, so just kind of standard stuff. He's getting barracks, and now this game kind of turns into like the classic fighting around feudal pro scouting. So my pro scouting is done. His is now going up. So this did delay his pro scouting, the spearman opening, but instead he has a lot of units, right? So it's kind of like a trade-off. So we begin pro scouting. I'm making archer ranges. I'm making more scouts. Like I said, just pretty standard stuff. And he pumped out quite a bit of units already, so I was kind of worried here because I didn't have enough units yet. So I was kind of trying to avoid fighting for a little bit at least until I get some more units. Got some spearmen denying the deer. And he was kind of like poking here, and I was like, is he gonna push in here? Is he not? Because I kind of have a good amount of units here, and if he, you know, goes for it, their reinforcements are pretty far away. But yeah, we're just kind of vacuuming deer. Nothing much really happening. Getting upgrades. He is not getting upgrades. He's kind of skipping them. Look at this. Look at this. Love that. So yeah, just standard stuff, massing units. I already vacuumed my woodline over here, and he did a good job denying the deer on my side. And he definitely got more deer than I did, I think, because he was like constantly in front of my base, and whenever I dropped off the deer, it's like I barely have enough to gather kind of situation. So that was kind of annoying, but you can see he's trying to age up right now, and I am still producing units. Like, I'm still cranking out archers, I'm getting military upgrades, and he's just rushing castle and kind of skipping every upgrade. He has no economic upgrades, he has no Song Dynasty. He has a lot of units, but these are not no Zuginu, which are very, very good. So yeah, he kind of just went with the fast age up, and I'm assuming the plan was to make like palace guards or something and knights. So the moment I see the age up, he does a little counter attack here, which was really annoying to deal with, but I had some units in the main base. Caused a lot of idle time, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it, because if he ages up this fast, it's basically like he cannot have that big of an army and upgrades and age up, right? Like, something has to give, and he didn't have military upgrades, so he didn't have +1 range armor, for example, and this is where he starts losing workers. So he has 10 archers, 4 spearmen, 1 crossbow, 1 palace guard. And if you look right now, like, even this Lancer that comes out, that's supposed to counter everything I have, I don't even have a single spearman here, but I have a lot of men-at-arms, I have a lot of horsemen, and they're tanking quite a bit, and I'm just trying to target fire as much as I can with my archers. He pushes out, but again, I have too many units, I have ranged armor. I get a little surround here, because he kept harassing me in the back, so we're like multitasking fighting here and here. So he ends up taking a pretty bad fight, and now I just start picking up some workers. The crossbow is there, but again, it's like I can just kill it really, really quickly. And the problem is when you put your mill forward like this, well, you're open to losing workers like this. So, I mean, I'm assuming the reason he put it there is so that pro scouts can drop up here faster, and eventually you want a Barbican here, or like here, so it's kind of safe. It's in between TC and Barbican, but you know, you're also not supposed to lose your whole army. So I sniped 2 Imperial officials here, sorry. And he's just bleeding units right now. Or bleeding workers. 12, 13, and if you're wondering, like, why doesn't he just move away? It's like, if he moves away, he stops making units, and then I can just go around and just kill all these workers. So he's kind of being like, I'm just gonna stay here and gather and hopefully push him back, right? Kind of deal. Now, I could have maybe kept pushing here, like, super hard, with rallying faster, but I didn't. I kind of take a step back, and then I go again. I see the Barbican, so I'm like, okay, let's snipe some more workers, and he ends up losing quite a lot of workers. He ends up losing 19 total, of which were 2 or 3 were Imperial officials. So, quite a lot of damage being done, and at this point, he did kill 3 workers, by the way, and he's taking 2 relics. Like, during all of that, he was taking relics, which was pretty nice from him. But if I take, like, 2 relics, I think that's still pretty good for me, because I have Cathedral, and obviously he does not. Trying to do some damage here. The Knights come out, and yeah, I end up taking 2 relics. I think I take these 2, and he takes the other ones, which is alright. I knew I had the lead, because obviously I killed a lot of workers. But Louis raids, like, quite a lot and quite often, which you'll see in a second. Like, he keeps sending, like, knights, palace guards, whatever he can to try to disrupt me. And Himayama sometimes is easy to wall off. Like, this is easy to wall off, right? And then you have it clear. But, like, this side is just, like, massive. So for me to wall this off, I mean, look at this. I gotta wall half the map. So, yeah. And now he's just massing units. I'm massing knights too. Pro scouting, he is out, and I am out too. So one thing about this matchup and gathering, HRE has a lot faster gathering, but China has a lot more efficient gathering, because they get 20% more resources, right? So they, because of IO, they get whatever food they have, they get 20% on top of it. So if they have 5,000 food, they'll actually get 6,000 food, just because of, you know, how their sim works. So, and I will gather much quicker. So, there it is. Now, I tried to make this tower like 5 times, by the way. And every time I kill a knight or shoo away the knight, another knight arrives. And I was just like, fuck, you know. So yeah, he did a pretty annoying job there. Look, one knight, he's going here now. Oh, there's another knight. And I'm just like, kills that. Now, this is a funny thing. I sent the horseman here to check the food. And my horseman arrives. And then I see it's all walled. And I take a knight. And I right-click it inside. And I realize the knight goes around. And I was like, oh. That is not walled. So, I just send in a bunch of knights. And he did not know this is not walled. Like, let me see his vision, actually. Oh no, he thought this is a full wall. He probably thought the wood line goes like here. So yeah, I go in. It's a destruction. He loses a couple of workers. He only loses 2 there. Not the end of the world. Do some raiding. He's raiding on the bottom. Like, he's raiding at the top. Look at this tower. Barely done. He's back at it. So I was just trying to defend. Again, Miami is like very open. So Mass Knight is like very, very popular on this map. And I mean, he invested a lot of wood into the walls. I didn't. You can see I have 0 walls actually. I have towers kind of giving me vision. And instead of... So this is something that's pretty interesting. Like, walls are good to make to prevent raids. But if you actually have the vision and the multitasking to defend the raids, then the walls are just wasted resource in a way, right? Because the towers give you the defense, but they also give you damage, right, to defend. So, yeah, I mean, but you can do both. But you can see I have zero walls. I'm just like if you look at my vision with the towers, it's really, really good, right? So, like right now, I can see that the units are coming, and I can try to move in time, which villagers derp on the tower. It is what it is. I break in through the wall. And I try to push and do some kind of timing because I knew I was ahead, so I didn't want to like leave him to do whatever he wanted. I knew that he was on 1 TC, by the way, because I checked the stone at one point. So I felt pretty good. I knew he has like a Song Dynasty, but I should be ahead on bills. And here, the reason my economy is so bad, as in like mismanaged, is because he kept harassing the gold and I couldn't mine the gold. So I was trying to age up to him, but he kept like harassing and pulling away my villagers, and now I finally got it. So now he's pushing out. I did some kiting. I didn't show it, but I did some kiting and I killed a lot of spearmen, a lot of infantry. And now he's just like way over committing. And at this point, I actually saw his army. Like, this is my vision, right? And I was like, he must have like mass horsemen or something, you know? Because I would be very surprised. You know, I was kind of surprised that he's pushing in the first place. And I was like, wait, this is his whole army. So I just kind of went for it. I aged up as well. Which is, you're not supposed to fight at this time, right? As you're aging up. Like, it's the worst time for you to fight. But when I saw his army, I just kind of went for it. And he tapped out because now I'm Imperial. I got Springle Towers, so I have really good vision. Chapel is completed. And I think he did not do farm transition yet. So, you know, that attack at the gold was pretty devastating, I would say so. The next map was Baldland, and it was French versus Byzantine. Byzantine, one of the strongest civs, of course. And Baldland is an interesting map for Byzantine. So Baldland is a map that has 4 deer pack. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you have like these mini deer like packs in front of your base. Now, what's interesting about this map is it's probably the best pro scouting map in the game, because the deer are always like this, so it's very hard to prevent pro scouting, right? If he's here, I can just go there. If he's there, I can just go at the bottom. So it's very hard to prevent pro scouting, so pro scouting this map is very good. But this is the interesting thing. Because pro scouting is really good, you can play a civ that counters that, right? And you just kind of, because you know that the opponent is going to take a pro scouting civ, so you can just pick something like Biz and try to blind counter it. But another thing is, even though this map has a lot of deer, it also has a lot of berries. So there's starting berries, second, third, and fourth berry patch, and there's berries in the corners. So potentially you can get 6 berry patches on your side, so Byzantine also gets a lot of oil. Now, Louis did a really weird build. The first time I played against Louis in the group stage, where I lost 2-3, he did like really weird builds and playstyles, like every game, and I was just like, what the hell is happening? So this one was really weird too. Like the first game I would say was pretty straightforward game. This one was weird. So I'll kind of give you my point of view because I don't know what casters covered and what they didn't. But I did not know that he's doing this, okay? This is my vision. Like, I did not scout this yet. I'm just still gathering sheep. And I actually did not scout this at all. I haven't seen too many players do this build. Like, I know of this build, but I haven't seen too many players do it. So, I didn't even check for it, because it's very standard for Byzantine to just go for sheep into Grand Winer Landmark. So, let me explain to you what happened here. So as I'm scouting, I'm doing my build, you know, I'm getting my pro scouts, everything's cool. So this is my vision. So I'm going. I know that this is his gold, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, I can harass there. And I see this. But watch what happens. I don't see the mill. And I actually didn't register that he is on last 3 berries, because you can see, like, I see that these are the last 3 berries, right? The other berries are here, but I did not register at all that he's gathering berries and his landmark's not completed, right? I just thought, like, okay, the berries are there, the gold is there. I didn't see the landmark, nothing, right? So I go back, and he ages up, and in my mind, this is where the Grand Winery is, right? Because I just saw the villagers at berries. So I'm coming with a knight, okay? Watch this. I'm coming with a knight. I'm going on the gold, okay? He's not on gold. Okay? I'm like, okay, I see mercenary. This mercenary house is way too quick, by the way. Which, at this point, I was suspicious, because you go barracks first in this matchup. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I go around. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So now I was looking, I was like, wait, did he go hippodrome? So now I'm just like, I'm trying to scout what he has, because I'm confused, right? I was like, did he go hippodrome? I see Keshik, and I was like, oh, he went hippodrome. Because he's doing Keshik, and he gathered oil. But what he did is he made the landmark in the back, which I don't know what the reasoning for this is. And if anyone's got any ideas, I'd love to know. I mean, there's a, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, this is open, and it's, I mean, it's in the back, but it's kind of open, so maybe that's why. But I don't know why you wouldn't just put the landmark here. Now, the berry gathering, I get. It's, you know, he wants to get Kashyyyk out really quick. So maybe that's the reason. So that he wouldn't need to go gather here at the start, but instead he just gathers here and then makes landmark there. But I guess it's just because of Kashyyyk. But I thought this is Hippodrome at this point. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And I in the game, I was like, okay, I just need to, like, because this playstyle of Byzantines is not necessarily, like, bad, as in, like, you can't win with it, but it's one of those where it doesn't scale well. So as long as I don't take damage, and as long as I just get my pro scouting done, I'll be in a good spot, because I'm getting pro scouting everywhere. And I even thought, like, he might be pro scouting, because, again, I thought he says Hippodrome. So I thought, like, okay, maybe he'll do pro scouting too. So I'm just trying to secure the resources. I'm harassing. Meanwhile, I see a lot of villagers on gold. So I was like, okay, he's trying to get to castle. That's cool. I killed a lot of Kashyyyks throughout this game by him doing this. And then I turn around. I mean, I just sniped one here. And then I turn around and just snipe a Kashyyyk. So that happened quite frequently in this game. And he ended up losing quite a lot of I mean, when I say quite a lot, like out of 10 cashies, he would lose like 3-4 like that, which is quite a lot. Like, see that? So he's aging up now, and I had so many deer under TC, and I'm still bringing them, by the way. I'm still cooking. So I felt pretty good. Like, I'm like, okay, he has a lot of units. He's probably gonna age up. He's probably gonna go cataphracts. You know. Again, charge. I get a Keshik. I lose a knight, though, so that's pretty bad. And now he ages up. I do some harassment here. 2 villagers go down. So like poggers. That's nice. And now I'm like, okay, let's do a little push. Because he just aged up, right? So this is the time where you want to push and try to do some damage. And obviously I'm going to do a little push into gold, because if he wants to make gold units, he has to be there. And, yeah, I'm almost at the age up. There it is. I'm just doing the charges. There's no cataphracts, by the way. He was making crossbows, so now he's going Limitane Keshik crossbow. And his Keshiks, like the whole point of Keshiks, I assume, is to deny pro-scouting or do harassment, right? But the Keshiks killed 0 villagers, and I mean, they killed some scouts, but I still got 5 and they're still pro-scouting, so the Keshiks didn't really accomplish anything, right? I saw the Keshiks move here with my scouts. There's nothing there for you, buddy. Okay, my gold runs out, and from this point on, and this is where I see the landmark, by the way, and I was like, what the fuck? This is where I was like, wait, he's on Grand Winery. And I was like, what? Because I never seen anyone put a landmark in the corner like that. So at this point, I knew I was ahead on villagers, because I killed 2, and I produced faster with French, right? So I knew I was ahead on vills. I knew he had no farms, which is pretty important. Why not Royal Institute? Well, you go Royal Institute when you are confident you can just kill someone, right? And this game, I'm ahead, but I don't know if I can kill him, okay? So, that's why. So, he's making some towers, but overall, I'm just like very... It's like one of those where I haven't had a game like this. You know, like I've probably had it once or twice, but it's like I haven't had it in a while. I haven't had it in practice, so it was kind of... Okay, that's weird. You know, I didn't really know, like, is he gonna go for a timing? Is he gonna stay back? Is he gonna push? I'm doing some harassment here. Mainly I want to see how many farms he has, and I come here and he has 3 farms, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's not good for him. I'm still on the deer, by the way. So I was like, okay, well that's not good for him. He walls in here, or tries to wall me in. He doesn't make it, and then... Look at this. A destruction. The knights are farming. And in the middle, at the same time, we're fighting. I killed 7 villagers there. We fight here. He has a shit ton of crossbows. Like 17 crossbows. So he manages to mow me down. But I have a lot of archers. These archers basically counter his whole army now. Like 5 Keshiks are gonna die to that amount of archers. So, yeah. I'm doing some harassment here. Just trying to get any damage done. 10 worker kills. And like I said, I kind of knew I was ahead at this point, so I felt pretty good. I even got a second town center. Transitioning to some farms. Slowly running out of food, so I gotta get some farms going. We got a lot of production. I'm going crossbows, because he has Keshiks and some Gulams. And French crossbows are obviously really good, so they're the best crossbows in the game. Well, OTD units I don't count, because they're like double the value, right? And I pull my food from the guild bank, and I go for the Red Palace. Now, this is the funny part. He goes for a push here. He doesn't see my Red Palace. I knew that his army was here, by the way, because my scout just died. So I'm waiting for him to engage. And he just goes back. Like, he didn't see my Red Palace. But even if he did see it, like, he wouldn't be able to kill this. He would probably trade pretty poorly, actually, and then Red Palace Garrison would kill everything else. Look at this. Look at this keg W. The hole in the wall. So now, I'm obviously feeling pretty good. I haven't seen the second TC. I know his farm transition was pretty late. Like, my farm transition is, you know, happening. Now my TCs and keeps have the Arbalest upgrade from the Red Palace. So it's like, Keshiks are not going to be able to raid. You know, he doesn't have like a longbow mass or javelin thrower mass or something. It's going to be really good against me. So I was just like, I don't got to risk it. I don't got to like YOLO in and lose or anything like that. So I was just transitioning to more farms. Maxing out basically, and I was like, okay, let's push a little bit, see what we can do. Okay, I made a couple of rams, maybe one ram, to try and push. Look at this shit. So I go for a push on the Mangle Tower, and I just decide to push through the middle because I don't want to go there because of the tower. And I know where the farms are, so I just head for that. And I have veteran archers, but I have elite crossbows, and I have elite horses too. He goes for a push, and with Pavis, like, I'm just melting his army. Look at this. He's getting absolutely butchered. He's upgrading his units now too, but, you know, they're still castle units. Now, I see one STB, and I run. You know why I run? Let me tell you why I run. I was playing this game on 200 ping on US West. And I was like, normally I would go for it, but I don't want to end up losing the game because I, you know, miss my chroma units and lose everything. So I was like, yeah, let's not risk it. I'm blocking the gold here. So he's out of gold. Like, the only gold he has is this one. This is out. And then this one. So basically, he's completely out of gold. He can't do much. And we go for another fight here. The Nest of B, I think I picked it off right there. So he lost it. So now I can push in. I activate Pavis here as well. Boom. And he's just getting melted. Look at that. His whole army is getting butchered. We got some horsemen in the back. My economy's looking good. Got Red Palace cooking. And he just ends up trading really badly. And we call the GG. Or he calls GG. I don't call it GG. Well, I say GG to his GG. But. And then the next game was... Spoilers. Spoilers, watch out. Was on Dry Arabia. And I told you guys how he let me have Atri and Jushi Legacy. I was like, I mean, might as well. Might as well pick it. I don't think I'm going to get the chance to play it again. So I was like, okay, let's play Jushi Legacy, I guess. And this game kind of shows why you ban this SIP. Who's your opponent? This is LoueMT. This was in the EGCTV S-tier tournament that happened over the weekend. So, yeah. Dude, I swear, every time I play Jushi Legacy, which is not very often, I never get one of those, like, insane spawns. You know what I mean? Like gold, berry. You know what I mean? Like, I never get, like, 150 resource meditation gardens. Pretty sad. I mean, this is, like, 3 resource. I mean, it's okay. It's stone. If this was gold or berries, this would be insane meditation garden. But it's stone, so it's like, it's okay. It's alright. So, I'm aging up. He's playing Delhi in this game. And, he gets 11 sheep. I get 9 sheep. So, pretty equal, I would say. And I just go for pro scouting. So, this is why this set is so OP. 428, and I already have pro scouting completed. Like, there's some things you can do to get that pro scouting even faster, but I like the way that I do it. So pro scouting is already done, okay? He just aged up. My pro scouting is done. So I can just go start pro scouting. He doesn't even have a production building out, so he can't really prevent me from pro scouting. So I'm just vacuuming the deer. I got the stables out. Look, he made a barracks. He's making units immediately, and I'm already gonna be done with the first deer pack completely. Why is Pro Scout done? Because Imperial Official, when they supervise, the buildings work 150% faster. That includes the upgrades. So research is super quick. So look at this. His first spearman arrives, and I'm already in the second deer pack. And I have more spearmen than him too now. Because I'm supervising the barracks to crank out spearmen. So he arrives, and I'm already like, bro, I'm done with pro scouting here. You know? And now, he's trying to get sacred sites. I already have Zuginu making. I have a lot of deer, 2 deer packs already vacuumed. I'm preventing the sacred sites, and this game kind of just turns into, you know, he's trying to get sacred sites, I'm trying to deny them. A few unfortunate times like this one, he barely captures a sacred site. Just before I arrive, but it is what it is. I actually lose these 3 workers, I didn't even see it, because there was so much happening on the map, and so much multitasking and harassment, I didn't even see it. But I do a big push here. Because I had 5 scouts here, so I was like, I'm just gonna fucking yoink his deer too. So basically I took, what's it called? I took 14 deer of mine and I took 4 of his. So I'm already in a pretty good spot, like economically and resource-wise. This is where I lost 3 workers. You guys didn't see it. And now I'm just spamming units, and I know that I have more food, right? Because not only I got more deer, but also I get 20% more resources, right? Because of the supervising. So at this point I was like, yeah, if we just fight, he'll run out of food first, right? So feeling pretty good. He tries capping again. I intercept him. Scholar dies. I killed a lot of scholars this game, I think. He captures the bottom one, but that's alright. Does some harassment here. And now it's like, you're massing Zuginu against Delhi, and the more Zuginu you have, the less of a good time he's gonna have. Because Zuginu scaled really well in feudal. Like, once you reach like 40 Zuginu, it's like, well, good luck. So, I'm checking the berries. I think I scouted that he's on the back berries, but he's not on this one, so okay, cool. I'm almost at the age up too. I mean, if you look at the income, I have a lot more already with not much happening, right? I go for a little push here, more idle time on his workers. I could have just waited for upgrades here, to be fair, but I felt like I have enough units to where I can fight. We do a little fight here. I'm upgrading the veteran Zuginu, and I'm supervising the upgrade too, so it finishes really quickly. And once that finishes, the Zuginu are absolutely crunching these units. And at that point, like I'm just spamming units right now. You know, like I still have a lot of food, I'm just spamming units, and they're now castle units with castle upgrades. If he ages up, he's dead. If he keeps making units, he's dead. So it is pretty much over. And he just taps out, I think. Boop. And that's it. So the series ends pretty quickly, to be fair. I mean, the second game was somewhat long, I guess. Like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, I'm not sure. But I do end up winning versus the Chad LoueMT, and this is what the bracket's looking like. So, again, this is what, you know, I was telling you guys last time on the YouTube video without showing you fully, but this is what the bracket is looking right now. This was the upper bracket quarterfinals matches. Semi-finals in upper bracket. This is the upper bracket final. Best of 7. February 8th is starting. And then in the losers bracket, after knocking down Wham, Vortex eliminated him from the tournament, and then Vortex eliminated Poppy Poy as well. So eliminated both of them. Louis beat Baltoon 3-0, then lost to me 3-0. And now the next match is going to be Cutie Patootie versus Vortex in a best of 7. Which is going to be wild. Because I've been playing and practicing a lot with Vortex. So I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously up until the point we knew we were going to play each other. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. There's probably going to be some mind games. You know, some shenanigans and stuff like that. Who knows? But I'm excited to see how that matchup goes and what ends up happening. Now, the interesting thing, and I'm kind of worried about this. So this match and this match are happening on Saturday, February 8th. This match and this match are happening on Sunday. So the reason I am kind of steering about this is if I do beat Vortex, that means that on Sunday, I'm going to be playing lower bracket final, best of 7 versus the loser of Marine Lord and Anatan. And if I win, I will be playing in the grand finals best of 9 right after. So whoever is coming out of loser's bracket here is going to have a very hard time winning in the finals. Very hard time, okay? Like, I would be genuinely surprised whoever comes from loser bracket wins the tournament. Because a best of 5, by the way, just so you guys know, lasts between 1.5 to 3 hours, let's say. Right? Potentially. Like 1.5 if it's like a 3-0. You know, with breaks, with this and that. A best of 7, you need to draft twice. Because, like, instead of having a full draft for the whole series, you draft, like, for the first 4 maps and then you draft again. So best of 7 can go between 2 and 4 hours. So imagine this goes 4-3. You're going to be playing 4.5 hours. And then you need to play a best of 9, which is another like 4 to 5 hours at the very least. So I think the only chance that whoever advances from here, which by the way, I'm not saying that's going to be me. I'm just saying whoever does. Like let's say Vortex beats me and then Anatan loses to Marine Lord. Vortex or Anatan. If that goes a 4-0, that might be like a 1.5 hour and then grand finals. I think that player has a chance, right? The loser's bracket player has a chance. If this match goes longer than 4 or 5 games, I think that player is fucked for the grand finals. Just, it would be insane, like, to be playing for like 8-9 hours at like peak performance. Like, I personally prefer if the winner bracket, like, I think winner bracket or upper bracket, whatever, players should have an advantage, right? Because they haven't lost. But I much more prefer if it's like, they're either leading 1-0 in the series, or, you know how StarCraft does it? StarCraft does it like, upper bracket player won a best of 5 in the finals. So in order to win the tournament, you need to win here 2 best of 5s. But the player coming from upper bracket already won a best of 5. So all the upper bracket player has to do is win 1 best of 5 and they won the tournament. And the loser's bracket player needs to win 2 best of 5s to win the tournament. Which makes sense because the upper bracket player has not lost the series. So everyone else in the tournament in the loser bracket lost twice. But the guy who comes up from here lost 0 times. So it makes sense for him to need to lose twice. StarCraft does both. They do the 1-win advantage, but they also do the double series. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. But we'll see. It's going to be really good games, really good quality games. But that's it. If you're watching this on YouTube, tune in on Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to be streaming it, but they're going to be streaming it at EGC. So it should be very exciting. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, brother. If you're watching on Twitch, let's keep going.